Welcome to another live class by Smarter German. This time I will present to you the date, how to say it, how to use it, and also some vocabulary around dates. The base of the dates are the ordinal numbers, and in the word ordinal, Ordinalzahlen, you find the word order. These are numbers that help you order things. So as opposed to the nominal numbers, which are eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, which you might already know, we now have something like the first, the second, the third. And in German, as you can see here, we simply add a te to the end of the number, but there's a couple of special things that you need to pay attention to. For example, there is no such number as der einste oder am einsten, literally the first, on the first. But we say, like in English, you don't say the oneth, yeah? We say the first, the same. Der erste, am ersten. The second is much easier. You simply take the number zwei and add the te to it if you have a der in front of it. If you have an am in front of it, you add an extra n. I will show you how to use these. Actually, you only need the second column, but it's always good to know. Now, for the third, like in English, you change. You don't say the threeth. We do the same like the English do. We kind of change things. We kill the e and double the t, so we have der dritte am dritten. Fourth is quite normal, der vierte am vierten. Fifth and sixth I skip. Seven is a bit special. We don't say der siebente am siebenten. Maybe in some dialects you might still hear that. I saw that the last time in a very old children's book. We say der siebte am siebten. So we lose the en at the end of sieben. That's a bit special. 8 and 9 and 10 and all the others are normal. You just add the te to the end of the number, but 20 is a bit special. As you can see in blue, I've put an s in between the number and the usual ending. This s is probably because of pronunciation. So whenever a number ends in ig, we add an extra s. And that is the case with almost all numbers after 20. But that also applies to 100. But as we are talking about dates, we don't need to go to 100 because there is no such thing as the 100th day or the 100th month in the realm of dates. So remember that from 20 onwards, you need to add an s to the game. Now, I have decided to focus on one option only, because this is the option you will need 90% of the time. So, and this is about figuring out the date of an event or when you make an appointment. And the question for making an appointment, for example, is am wievielten treffen wir uns? Literally, on the how manyth meet we each other. So you have a typical question with a W, wie viel, how many, but you add the signals of the date to it, the am and the ten. The answer, as you can see, follows the pattern. The question word is replaced with the answer, the 4th of April, while we maintain the am and the ten. So the answer is am 4. April treffen wir uns. I've sorted or organized the sentence in a way that you can see the relation to the question, but normally we would start with a wir and then we would get this sentence. Wir treffen uns am 4. April. That would be a more natural way to say it. In German, you can also just give each month a number. Wir treffen uns am 4.4. because April is the 4th month of the year in Germany and most of Europe as far as I know. Please note that the second vierten is capitalized because we have which contains dem. Dem is an article. If you use an article, there needs to be a capitalized word close. So is dative, and keep in mind that in dative all numbers end in en. Now when you write letters, you need to write the date in a special way. And that differs from country to country, so it's very important that you actually do it the way we do it, otherwise you might mess up the date. And when it comes to legal matters, for example, or financial matters, that might be a costly mistake. So, for example, if you want to suggest someone, we meet on the 4th of April, you would have to write it in this form. Wir treffen uns am 4.4.2018. Please only use full stops between the dates, between the day, the month, and the year. There doesn't have to be a full stop at the end if it's not the end of the sentence. Yeah, so be careful. Only ordinal numbers get the full stop. That's why the full stop is there. Or you simply write the month. Wir treffen uns am 4. April 2018. There is a little space between the full stop after the 4 and the April. Keep that in mind. So it's important that you only use full stops between the numbers. In letters, you usually add the place to it and the word den. That's because in German's minds we actually say we have the, wir haben den. And anything you have is accusative, so that's why you have the den here. And the fourth is masculine because it's the fourth day, der Tag, and therefore you have to use the den form. So you write Berlin, den 4. April 2018, and you write it on the same line as the greeting in the letter. I'll give you an example. For example, yeah, dear ladies and gentlemen, very literally that means very honored ladies and gentlemen. In English I think you say to whom it may concern. And then in the same line on the right, finishing with the right border, a bit space in between please, you write the date. And then you start the letter. Ich schreibe Ihnen bei. If you like this lesson, make sure to check out my Everyday German online course. There you will find the full version of this live class and other live classes, as well as my very unique and highly efficient and effective approach to learn German in your very own speed, even beautifully usable on a mobile device. Check it out. Lesson 1 is completely for free and it's already huge. It's in the middle of that page there. And if you decide to purchase it, you have 30 days money-back guarantee. Simple email to me suffices. And enter the coupon live class and you get a 10% discount on the single payment option. There's also payment plans that you can choose, but those are already kind of a bonus. And make sure to join our Smarter German Learners forum, where you will find highly motivated German learners and that you can engage with. I will also hang out there and answer questions and post things there. And of course, it would be really nice if you let the world out there know, your friends, your family, your acquaintances, or your enemies, everyone, that there is a really lovely way to learn German, and that learning German is actually something that is very doable and enjoyable. Facebook, Google, or both, feel free. Thank you for your support. Have a good day.